Everybody, Ralph Havens here, Autoimmune Answers, and it's really funny. I'm filming this with a GoPro, and there's a thing where I can tell it to take a photo, and it'll take a photo of me. So I do that sometimes so that I can see where I am in relation to the video when I'm making a video. And I said that, and I turned the camera around to take a look, and I wasn't in the picture. It was like just the green, and so it was like really weird. I'll even post the photo after this. And so I thought that's interesting, because today's video, I'm going to tell you some stuff that that I've never told anybody, and it's something that I was told by some big time healers not to tell people, but I think I can tell you part of it, and tell you what's going on. So this is our last official day before we get we actually get our new place to live in Bellingham today, and Jen gets to see it again and have the keys, and then I get to go in tomorrow. And you know, years and years ago, I had a PR and marketing person, Julia. She was Russian, and she was amazing. She went and talked to doctors' offices and doctors, and got me appointments so that I could talk to them and see if they could send us some clients. And it got to be a really good, cool thing. It was really neat working with her and doing that. And she had me an appointment once with a neurologist, big time neurologist in San Diego. And so we went in there, and he was talking about stuff, and I was you know, telling him about all the things that we could do, and the kind of people that we could help, and basically everybody that came in his office is people that we could help. And he finally said, "So what does your sessions look like? What do you do?" And I said, "Well, you know, it's kind of like the laying on of hands, and like in the Bible." And he was just kind of sat quietly, and the meeting went the rest of the way through, and we left. And my PR and marketing person, Julia, said, "Why did you say that? What are you, crazy?" And one of my rule sets is that I have is that anything that comes out of my mouth and anything I do is useful. I got to do that because sometimes some crazy stuff comes out of my mouth, and I do some crazy stuff sometimes. And so anyway, we went back to the office, and there was an email from him, and he said, "Well, you know," he told me some very deep stuff that had happened to him, and devastating stuff. He'd lost his wife. She died, and there was a bunch of problems around that, and a bunch of potential of him losing his license, and all sorts of stuff. And as a result, he had an awakening. He became a Christian, and he also took up Taekwondo and became a black belt in Taekwondo, and it was life-changing for him. And he was at a whole nother level because of all these hardships and what had happened. And so he started sending me people. And so, you know, I didn't have a thought to do I say this or not say this, but I was just in his office, and I said that thing about the laying on of hands. It just came through me. And, you know, this, as I was going through this, another time Julia got me an appointment with a really cool medical doctor. He's also a naturopath and a homeopath, and he does tons of yoga and meditation. And she said, "You got to meet this guy, Dr. Tim Dooley. He's got a book called Beyond Flat Earth Medicine." Really cool guy and cool family. They go to India and do some big time work to help kids there, and they live a very interestingly cool, simple life in 3 different places in the world. And so I went to visit him, and he said, "Yeah, I want to schedule." My PR person Julia said, "Yeah, he does a meditation every Sunday night, and he said that you could go because you do a lot of meditation." And so I thought, wow, I want to go meet this guy. So she said, "Yeah, you have to go hang out with him for this 2.5-hour meeting that he wants to have with you." And I'm like, cool. So I went in there, and he talked to me for 2.5 hours about my hopes, my dreams, what I really wanted in life, my childhood, the stuff that bugged me, my family, all sorts of stuff. And then at the very end, he came up to my left ear, and he whispered one word. And I can't tell you that word, at least not right now, but he whispered one word that was my mantra, and he told me what it meant. And it was like, oh yeah, this is what I'm here to do. This is what I'm up to. And so so that was cool. And then we started meditating with him every Sunday night at his little place in Mission Beach, and it was amazing. I consider him a lifelong friend now, and and um and so what I'm realizing is, then the next time I met with another homeopath, and that was an amazing event. It got me to see this one guy that doesn't tend to see people in person, and I got to see him for 2.5 hours, and he went through everything many years later, in December of 2012 in Portland, and Malcolm Smith, and great naturopath and homeopath, and he after all the time of going through and finding out what I was up to, my hopes and my dreams, and what I really wanted in my past, and what really bugged me, he started laughing, and he said, "Oh, we can solve this. We can solve this." And he told me, "I've got a remedy for you." And here it is. And the remedy, I looked it up, a homeopathic remedy, and it was exactly the same idea, the same thing that other homeopath told me many years before. And to cut to the chase, it's basically the what am I thing, the pure consciousness, the figuring out what you really are kind of thing. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, why else would I put myself in positions where I don't just work for somebody else? I don't just make the $100,000 a year I could make as a physical therapist just doing that. And why do I do what I do and take such risks and keep doing so much meditation and qigong? And it's like, oh, this is what I'm up to. And so I've been thinking the next thing I'm going to be doing with people is the What Am I series. And it's going to be the beta version, the beta version. So people that want to go with me as we explore this, we're going there. We're going there, and I want to do this together with people. And I wouldn't say I'm awakened. I don't even know what that means, or enlightened, but we're going to go there, and we're going to see what's up. And we're going to explore a lot of stuff for people that really want to go and explore what they really are and what's really going on. That source energy, access to the infinite, of course, to get things in the physical world, to be abundant and live a good life and do what you're here to do. But the big driving force of why you want that, the inner stuff. So look for that if you're interested, and join me. We're going to be going on a journey, and some of these videos will be about that, and then I'll be telling you more about how you can interact with that more and more. So hope you're having a really good day. I'll post a video. I saw a really cool buck, and then I saw a doe with her, or two little baby deer with their mother, really close to me, walking around while I was doing qigong, and I'll post some of those videos later too. So as we embark on our next physical part of our journey and leave this place and head to our place in Bellingham, I'll keep you updated on what's going on and the What Am I exploration. All right, everybody, let's get out there and live. Let's really live.